right, welcome to the New Space Podcast. I'm your host, Nicholas Sadowski, and I just want to come here today to introduce the podcast to you and to explain to you what we're going to be going over, hopefully over the next long period of time. I don't know how long, but hopefully it's not short. So basically New Space, if indicated by the name, is a space podcast designed to go over all the new innovations and exciting achievements that companies in the space industry have made, or even nations, for example, Russia or with Roscosmos, or China with the CNSA, or of course the United States with NASA, or Europe with ESA. But again, also to go over the companies. So for example, Blue Origin, SpaceX, Virgin Galactic, ULA, Rocket Lab, etc. Because in today's day and age, the companies are arguably more important than the nations. And that, of course, will be a discussion topic that we'll have on this podcast, whether the nations or the companies are making more developments. My belief is that it's the companies. I mean, if you look at it, not Jeff Bezos, but Elon Musk and Rocket Lab CEO Peter Beck and Richard Branson have made more developments in the space industry recently than Russia has. Russia's still sticking with the Soyuz, and Arianespace is still working with ESA. And they haven't really made any remarkable advancements in the space industry, whereas SpaceX has completely invented, practically, fully reusable rockets, orbital rockets, and then Rocket Lab with creating a small launch vehicle capable of putting satellites in orbit from New Zealand and from the United States, but mostly from New Zealand, and then catching their boosters with a helicopter. Like, that is beyond insane to me, that like you have a rocket launch, the booster will separate in space, the booster will come back through the atmosphere, and it won't just land in the ocean. A helicopter will come in with a hook and catch a falling booster out of the sky by helicopter, and then return that booster to land. That blows my mind. And then, of course, you got SpaceX, which will have a booster come in through the atmosphere and then land on landing legs on a landing pad, and then be brought back and then refurbished and sent out again. And then with Starship, you've got, for the first time ever, a first stage of a rocket that is reusable. And arguably the space shuttle was reusable, but not like Starship. The space shuttle, well, this is a different topic that we'll go into a different time, but the point I'm making is we're going to go over all of this stuff in future episodes. We'll have episodes dedicated to certain companies. We also may have episodes comparing certain companies, or comparing companies to nations, or just going over a certain fact about a ship. Like, we may just spend an entire episode going over the second stage of Starship, not the first, the second stage. Or the zero stage, as Elon Musk calls it, which is the tower, the integration tower. So, and the episodes will range in length. They could be from 5 minutes to an hour. You never know. They won't be 5 minutes, but this one might be 5 minutes. But I think this is the only one that'll be 5 minutes. But yeah, there'll be a number of different lengths and different topics, and hopefully one of the topics will interest you and be palatable and be accessible to you. Speaking of accessibility, these episodes will be posted on YouTube, on the Barycenter Productions YouTube channel. And I believe, and of course I manage it, so when I say I believe, I mean I think that I will post them on the website. If not, the YouTube channel will be linked on the website, and the website will be in the description of this video. It's a cycle. The videos will be linked on the website, and the website will be linked on the videos. So yeah, I hope that whoever is listening either is new to space and wants to learn about it, and that's why you're here, or already knows about space and just want to hear more cool things. Either way, welcome to New Space. And I hope that this podcast will make you proud to be in the loop with the space industry. And maybe one day, hopefully you'll work for the space industry. That's my dream, is to work for the space industry. So yeah, and if not, then I hope that you just like the prospect of one day being a multiplanetary species, because that's where we're heading to. Within 10 years, we'll have ships on other planets, and within 20, we'll have people. And the idea of that is insane. Just think about this. Within 20 years, there will be a human being with a brain, like arms, legs, everything. Like everything that makes a human, looking up into the sky, looking at a dot in the sky and saying, that's Earth. No longer are we going to look into the sky, find a red dot, say, oh, that's Mars, or look at that's the moon. One day it'll be, oh, that's Deimos, that's Phobos, that's Earth from the sky. And the idea of someone doing that, the idea of someone being on another planet, but the idea of putting it in that context of looking up into the sky and having a constellation with the planet Earth in it, that blows my mind. And it's within 20 years. Like, before I'm halfway through my life, there'll be people on other planets. And hopefully before the end of my life, I'll be able to go on to another planet. I do want to go to Mars. I want to go to the moon. Like, that's a dream of mine. But just the idea of that is mind-blowing. And that's why I'm doing this podcast, to bring the amazing facts and to bring the new innovations and everything that comes with space to you, so that you can be as starstruck, excuse the pun, with space as I am. But yeah, so this will conclude the introduction to the New Space podcast. I hope that you have enjoyed this. I hope that you enjoy the format that we're doing here, and I hope that you enjoy this enough to keep coming back for future episodes. But until those future episodes, I hope you are having a wonderful day after Christmas, and I will see you next time. Happy exploring.